It's a cold and rainy night. Yes. In Houston, Texas. Ooh, ooh. Time to get that Nightendo on. Been cleaning and cooking most of the day, so taking the dogs out and stuff like that. So then, that very, very important thing they call me time. And so this is the Legend of Zelda. This is me time. Um, the writer of The Gambler, one of the biggest hits for Kenny Rogers, died today. I might play that song in the next few days in homage. The ceasefire with the Islamic Republic of Iran. Uh, yep. Which is like kind of like surprise, surprise. I think diplomatic efforts are a waste of time. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. I'm going to have to see if, yeah, I don't know if I want some chili dogs or just have some good old hamburgers tomorrow. So I don't know. I might just make grilled chili dogs if it stops raining tomorrow sometime. And looks like some heavy shit coming by Tuesday. It looks like everything, the big, huge, huge, huge thunderstorms and flood out is not until Tuesday now, which keeps shifting the timeline. But yeah, I guess all I can gather is that the that this weather pattern in particular is volatile, and it's also very, very hard to predict with a stone cold accuracy level. So that's why I guess even with their most advanced computer simulations and models, um, meteorologists and scientists are having trouble telling the future because the weather is inherently an unpredictable system. Uh, so yeah, how do you deal with systems that are pure chaos? And so the idea between the artificial intelligence and the computer data harvesting, the idea is that if you harvest enough data, that you will be able to model future events, like a digital Nostradamus. But that's not true. If a fleet of alien ships arrived at Earth tomorrow, that would be, you know, maybe not unexpected in the grand scale of time or space, but it would be unexpected as an event. So that is the key difference. Secret spring of revival. That's exactly what I need. Oh, did I not get a treasure chest? Oh my butt. Oh man. An unforeseen treasure. Oh, it's just crystalline. Dang it. It's not even like a new wardrobe or anything. Oh well. Crystalline charge. Ooh. So get some pose, like we get some pose. Gonna smoke some dro in the big ass bowls. Well, maybe not that. I love the pose, like the spirit of the dead. They were like the pose were really creepy, and the dead spirits were really creepy when they had the face on them. And so, yeah, if they had a ghoulish face in the pose, that would be scary. Like Ocarina of Time had the scary pose. That had this like creepy face on it. I mean, I'm not really like surprised at the resurgence of techno terrorists. You know, I was kind of wondering where they were at for a while. It's like, where are all the techno terrorists at? Where are all the, I've been like thinking for years, like, are these people just gone? Like, you know, kind of like environmental terrorists that we used to have like in the 1990s. It was kind of like, did these people disappear? Um, you know, so I was kind of like, so I'm always kind of thinking about like if some group disappears, if there's like, you know, um, then why did they disappear? Yeah, you know, so so if Earth Liberation Front, this radical environmental group, disappears, I often think to myself, well, why did they disappear? Were they all hunted down, by the feds or what? By the federal government? So likewise, after the Unabomber was captured, and I thought, where are the new like John Connors and Sarah Connors that are going to try to blow up Cyberdyne systems and stuff? Where are the people trying to stop the forward technological evolution of man? And who are those that are trying to protect, trying to prevent our eventual enslavement by machines in the Matrix. Well, you know what? They were a little late, but they're here now. So I think when AI came in 4 years ago in 2022 with Chat GPT and OpenAI and Sam Altman and all this stuff, it seemed like it was the game changer. And corporations are still pretending like it is the game changer. And they're incorporating AI into every system. So Google, Gemini, Claude, Monet, Anthropic, Microsoft, Meta, Facebook platforms, Google Alphabet Corporation. I mean, pretty much every single tech giant is incorporating artificial intelligence into its systems matrix. Well, my theory is you can't stop Judgment Day. That Judgment Day must come to pass. So kind of like in a biblical sense, Judgment Day is what is to come. Even if what is to come is really horrible, you really can't prevent it because it can't be stopped. Not, by destructive or violent methods. Well, that answers my question. The environmental groups, they become less. I mean, some of them, I guess, could still get violent, but now the environmental groups of today around the world are like the Greta Thunbergs. They're kind of like young idealists, and they're more. Environmental groups are mostly like paid by like Chinese Communist Party because the Chinese Communist Party benefits greatly from a green energy, selling green energy scams to the world, like wind turbines, um, solar panels, solar batteries, electric vehicles. So the Chinese manufacturing economy benefits greatly from pushing the green new scam on the world. So it's kind of like this conjunction of young idealists and Chinese communists and lobbyists and sellouts of America and the Democrat Party. Yeah, I don't know about that scientist that was the anti-gravity, that she studied anti-gravity propulsion and technology. I don't know if these scientists worked on um, sensitive UFO back engineering projects, and now they're all just dying mysteriously or vanishing. They're being disappeared. Um, uh, uh, I I estimate that communism can't grow anything of its own, so it has to steal. Communism can't invent anything for itself, or its citizens can't take credit for any of its um, creative handiwork because they're too heavily enslaved by the state. Because they have to get permission for anything they do. They can't do anything independently. So their hands are tied. That's communism. It's going to fail, and it's going to fail extreme. Communism and socialism do not work in any capacity in any time in human history. It is only that the Chinese Communist Party is going not that strong right now, but held together uh, through the ideology of Mao Zedong is only because they have a gigantic country and most of the world's manufacturing of goods. That's it. Once that's gone, once that's countered by the West and allied nations, their country's going to unravel like every other fucking communist country does in the history of planet Earth. Ah, yes. I get the parallels between the war in Afghanistan and the invasion of Iraq, and people trying to draw parallels between those other two wars. But as many parallels that may seem similar, they're almost entirely different. George W. Bush did lie to the American public to get support for the invasion of Iraq in 2003. They did lie and say that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. He did not. And yeah, they fucking lied so they could get what they wanted, which was more power for them and less for the American people, which is what their goal usually always is. It's like George Carlin said, they want less for you and more for them. That's what the elite's main plan is, usually 9 out of 10 times. More for them and less for us. It's like your dad who wants more than his fair share. Like, oh, I want extra. You get one, and I'll take 10. It's like that. It's like somebody greedy, that takes more than they should and leaves little for others. Like that kind of person. That's what the government, that's what the state usually is like, as a corrupted bureaucracy. Uh, so yeah, there were no weapons of mass destruction, and Afghanistan and Iraq were uh, sanctioned and prosecuted those wars because it was aided by the September 11th, 2001 terror attacks by Osama bin Laden. And so that also gave the United States government incredible spying powers on average citizens to collect their and harvest their data and spy on ordinary surveil America through FISA. So, yeah, Edward Snowden and Julian Assange were right. They just exposed it early. And of course, there's all the Jeffrey Epstein, that, the Eyes Wide Shut, weird satanic pedophile cults and all that other bullshit too. Pedophile Island and all that wacky shit, all that evil shit. So, yeah, did the U.S. government know about the September 11th attacks on 2001 at the World Trade Center in New York? I think the Sisters of Liberty apparently they were trying to warn Bill Clinton about Osama bin Laden, that he was going to attack America. You know, they could have known, maybe. I guess the prevailing view is that they didn't see, they didn't take any action, even though they had some intel pointing in that direction. They could have let it happen so they could sanction wars against the axis of evil. So, I'm not exactly sure if that was an inside job, but let's say they got what they wanted. Let's say that. The military, industrial, pharmaceutical, technological propaganda, state propaganda complex. Let me see here. All right, but let's go into now then, instead of talking about all these things, all these atrocities of the past. I didn't know I had this. I accumulated. Oh, I had all this bullshit. All right, so Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran, is different. It is far different than the other members of the Axis of Evil, because the U.S. government doesn't have to lie to the American people to prosecute a war with Iran, because the Islamic Republic of Iran has been propping up with their friends, the Chinese Communists and the Russian Federation, terrorist proxies to be a disturbance in the Middle East, harass its Gulf Arab allies and Israel, of course. But also it was trying to get a nuclear weapon, because then it could hold Israel and the West, Europe hostage, and the Middle East, if it was able to get nuclear weapons and ICBMs to deliver those devastating payloads with these godforsaken nuclear weapons. The bargainer. I love that, the bargainer statue. Well, I love these. I have plenty of Poes. I've been doing pretty good at my Poe collecting. Yeah. All right, let's get a magic scepter. Yeah, that'd be dope. I wish they had a magic carpet in this game. Oh well. It's not an Arabic game though. It's not Arabian Nights. It's not an Arabic tale written by Sinbad, huh? Nope. Not at all. So the war against the Islamic Republic of Iran is very different from the nation building misadventures of the past. So yeah, I think I defeated all the dudes, huh? Defeated all the dudes. Defeated all the dudes. Dudes. Get my boom orangutan. Get my boom orangutan. Get it orangutan. Like, why do I like orangutans? I know like orange gorillas. I mean that shit's. I mean orange primates. That's just so awesome. You know what I mean? It would be like, I mean, orange monkeys is like, imagine if there were orange whales. I mean, I know there's like goldfish, but and there's sea anemones and clownfish and all that stuff. But I'm saying, what if there was like orange whales though? That'd be crazy. What if there was like pink whales or something? People would be like, oh my shit. Now I've done my dealings with the Balkan. I like underground subterranean structures. That's what I'm talking about. Like Radiohead, subterraneans, homesick aliens. Yeah, OK Computer. That was a great one. Yeah, yeah. OK Computer. Yeah, I was gonna make a joke like I was gonna do a joke that Radiohead released a new album called OK AI, and it would probably people would probably think it was real at first. That they would think, well, they made an album called OK Computer. I think their last album would be called OK AI. Now, my luck, I'd probably get like sued by Radiohead. So I was like, nah, that's not on my bingo card. So get sued by Radiohead for making a fake album called OK AI. Yeah, no, no. No, thank you. Boop 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 boop. Poopy poopy. I knew it would like fly off. So. Ooh. Bang, bang, bang. Ding, ding, ding. This is not a fun day at Astro World. Yeah. At the minecart. Yeah. Yeah, I know what we should do though. All right, bring this. This is gonna be dope-tacular. Hell yeah. It's gonna be off the dope. We're just making up phrases that don't even exist. Okay, we're on purpose doing the words out of order so they don't make sense. So we're gonna make a doppelganger. We're gonna make a dutacular. Well, it's better that you. It's a better name than like Whippledippy. So I'm gonna make my Whippledippy. Whippledippy. All right. Let's get the propulsion system right. Yeah, the anti-gravity propulsion. Yeah. So they were doing like anti-gravity. It almost seemed like it was going to become a thing for a little while because Honda, they were all experimenting with these anti-gravity magnet hover vehicles and hoverboards and things like that. But you have to be along a magnetic track. So if you're going to create anti-gravity in real life, you would need to uh, break the laws of physics somehow. No, but that's no to have advanced technology. Some people think you need aliens, but you might need aliens. But I think really you just have to. Um, okay, so the rules in science are not flexible. So maybe rules can't be totally broken, but they can be bent. Unless, governments around the world have possessed knowledge of extraterrestrial beings and technology that does break the rules. That's so advanced that it does break the rules of physics. Yeah. Quickly dippy. Pimp trippy. Pimp trippy. Pimp. Get it, pimp boy, pimp boy, pimp boy. It's a pimp boy. Let's get it, pimp boy. Ooh. 2026, yo. 2026, yo. You know what's up. Mm, hell yeah. Stream of consciousness. Bitch is looking good. All right. Yeah, that was the best thing about like going to the college, right? It's like the best thing at the college is all that sweet punani in there, dude. Oh man, all those fresh, nice, clean girls. Like, but you know what? It sound like Elliot Rogers. The girls, the girls. Oh my god, the girls, man. Oh, the girls. Ooh. You don't want to sound like Elliot Rogers? Not really. You know, I don't want to sound like the most maximum incel. The girls, man. Oh, the girls. Ooh. Yeah, but I do think about that sometimes. Like some of those girls were just so fucking hot, you know, so sexy, so clean, so nice, like so just ooh, beautiful. Fuck out of here. Or she's gonna blow. Get the fuck out. Sounds very cinematic. Yeah. So, sometimes people like if I'm doing the humor, there she blows. Some people don't understand. They're like, that's not funny. I'm like, oh yeah, it is. So it seemed like anti-gravity with propulsion with magnets was going to take off, you know, but it didn't really take off with, um, was it liquid hydrogen too? Creating the anti-gravity. The anti-gravity was just magnets repelling each other, thereby causing a temporary hover effect. But it was really expensive, and it wasn't practical. Let's say, yeah. It was more like a parlor trick. It's cool, you could do it. It people go ooh ah, but it was like in reality the science was uh, inconvenient. Yeah. So it was like, oh look what we could do, but you couldn't do it at a cost, at a reduced scale, reduced cost, and I don't know do what I want to do. Shit. You know what then? I'm gonna do this. Shit. It keeps hitting me before I can. You bastards. Who else? Is some other guy up here? Oh, let me help you, dear friend. So, was it the U.S. government trying to silence people on UFOs and extraterrestrials? What do they know about that subject? That subject, yeah, the subject that has fascinated mankind ever since he could crawl and look up at the vastness of the stars in the sky. It's the question that not only people they ask. It's not just the question that people ask when they're dying. I mean when they're alive, but when they're dying as well. Are we alone in the universe? Is there life after death? What is the meaning of existence? Oh man, these aren't easy ones, huh? Not as easy as college algebra. Let me see. Not as easy as quantum physics. Well, I've come out with the gem for scientists called quantum physics. Quantum physics. Ah, yeah, that's an old one though. I didn't make an AI called quantum physics uh, because my joke was a little bit too oblique and esoteric. I think it wasn't really like a it. It wouldn't entertain the normies much. I don't think. It wouldn't entertain the mids. The mids. The normies. Those boring normals, man. The square folk out there. Love it. Are you okay, Bella Boo? Oh, you're such a beauty, huh? Yeah. Uh, More than a felony. More than when I hear that old song play. More than a felony. What? Oh shit. Oh. More than a bee sting. Yeah, that song's pretty funny when Marilyn Manson when he's like sticking my face inside the beehive. Made me laugh. Most of his shit makes me laugh. It's pretty funny. It's like this funny like gothic gothic morbid humor of Marilyn Manson. Sticking my face inside the beehive. Yeah, probably the governments and the elites in the world, they don't want um I think that's the last thing they want is like for the public to know about extraterrestrials, other life forms in the universe, especially advanced intelligent alien species. Um, And I think that boils down to because of power. Because if you had ultimate knowledge and ultimate technology, then you could have ultimate power and control. Because if you could have limitless technology, you might be able to have limitless just about life. You might have limitless possibilities. So if the politicians in Washington want to raise people's taxes and steal all the money, you're sure as shit that they want to cozy up to some extraterrestrial power so they could control this planet, and its people. So even as X-Filian as that sounds, it seems true to me. All right. Ooh. Limitless potential, limitless power, limitless life, you know, unconstrained, unburdened. But I'm not using it in the stupid way of like Kamala Harris. Yeah, I know they keep saying, asking Kamala Harris, "Are you running again?" And she's like, "I'll let you know." So the Iran war is different because the Islamic Republic and the United States have been at odds with each other for the last 47 years. So, and they've detained and they've killed American soldiers and citizens and terrorized the West, not just Israel, for the last 47 years. So, boop, boop. So the difference is that Iran was attempting to build weapons of mass destruction, nuclear weapons programs. The Islamic Republic of Iran has killed thousands of its people in brutal repression. to dare speak out or to show any sign of resistance. The brutal regime has supported terrorist proxies, the Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas, for 47 years in a reign of terror. Detained and killed American servicemen and women. So this is different than the others. This is different than the past. So, and doing some research, I realized that there was no formal end to the war in the Korean War. It's still an open war. Like North Korea still considers that they're at war with the United States. So that's an interesting fact to think about. That war's maybe over on paper, but it's not really over. Yeah, I think Tyler Oliveira was doing these hard-hitting investigative YouTube video, journalistic essay type, hard in the paint videos. And I just think that Nick Shirley kind of beat him because he was uncovering like mind-blowing fraud on Minnesota American taxpayers with the Somali invasion. So kind of, I would say Nick Shirley kind of leapfrogged Tyler Oliveira, but really I think Tyler Oliveira was kind of doing it earlier than Nick Shirley. It's just he didn't have a big break real fast. All right. Time for the boom orangutan. Boom orangutan. Oh, there's my boomerang gone. Oh, trying to stab you, boy. Trying to roll up like a fruit roll up. That's kind of like the thing I like from a kid. Like when I think about like being young and being a kid, I think about like, I know it's probably bad. It's probably so bad for you, probably to eat a fruit roll up, but man, they're so good. But like the toaster strudel. Now, okay, so I was like taught by my parents to finish your plate because you never know when the money train's gonna, when the times are gonna get hard, so you better finish what you got. But I had this cousin that his dad would make him breakfast every morning, and he would hardly eat anything, and he'd waste so much food. Like he would waste like half his plate, and not only that, sometimes he'd throw it on the floor. I guess it was like my cousin. He grew up in like affluenza, so he didn't appreciate, you know, he didn't appreciate how fortunate he was. So he just like wasted a lot of food. He's probably not like that anymore, but I mean, not too much because he has to. Because if you get a certain age, then you have to deal with the reality of the world that you live in. So that tempers a lot of bratty people, unless they're like wealthy nepo babies like Hassan Piker, who can waste and do bullshit and waste people's time and just be idiots because they're wealthy. They're wealthy and well connected, so they don't give a shit. The evil ants are attacking me over here. I, yeah, do they have a good Lord of the Rings video game? That's like an open world. I wonder. I could do some research, but oh, I hope they come out with a like not like an arcade He-Man game. I hope they come out with like a Legend of Zelda type He-Man game. I think that would be badass. That would be awesome. Uh, Bukaleki leg lick ooh. What? Mecca lek lek ooh. Man, the forest of the evil trees. That would be pretty scary, right? You're walking through a forest and all the trees come and try to kill you. Yeah, I wouldn't like that, homie. That's like I think that movie's funnier now. The Borat movie. Yeah, I think Borat came out 20 years ago, and I think it's funnier now. Like it's kind of aged like fine wine. Yeah, it's 20th anniversary of the Borat cultural learnings of America from Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan. Borat. Yeah. No, actually, like there's so many funny parts. The one that people quote the most is, of course, nice, very nice. How much? How much, your sister? I know that's the one they always quote. But I like the little comic moments. I love the he's like on the subway or he's on the bus or whatever, and he opens his suitcase, Sasha Baron Cohen as Borat, and it's like the chickens come out. Like that would freak the fuck out of people if you look foreign Like you came from a like some, you know, you came from some ex-Soviet bloc country, and you had a suitcase, and you opened it up, and chickens came out. Man, that would cause a near panic. But I thought parts like that were like comic genius. Like 2006 is when YouTube, came out. So and it started to explode. And before Google Alphabet even bought it. Um, yeah. Oh, it's founded on. Oh, okay. Oh, it was acquired by YouTube on November 13th, 2006. Yeah. Well, I guess it was exploding before that. But the first video was founded on Valentine's Day 2005. Okay. 21 years ago. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, bum, bum. In 2006, it was bought by Google Alphabet. So acquired. They just paid the PayPal guys, what was it, like $3 billion? That would have been so badass to be like 26 and you're going to retire because you're a billionaire. Yeah, well, that worked out for them because they had already founded PayPal along with Peter Thiel and Elon Musk and all these tech bro titans. Dun, dun, dun. Oh yeah, we need to get our. Now, yeah, I did watch that video, and I did watch that first YouTube video like a long time ago. I just loved it. Was the guy just going to the zoo? And he goes, "Hey, it's my first YouTube video. I'm at the zoo." I love how just like mundane it is. Hey, there's the elephant. Fucking brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, we went to that DC Woodley Park Zoo. We were, my friend were like, I can't wait to see the rhino. And he's like, I know. I can't wait to see the rhinoceros. We were getting pumped. We were like, yeah, dude, I can't wait. Oh man, we're almost to the rhino section. Oh yeah, we're gonna see a rhinoceros, dude. And then you know what happened next, right? Are there gonna be any rhinoceroses on this tour? There's gonna be rhinos on this rhino tour, right? Yeah, it said sorry, the rhinos are not available. And I was like, there is no God. No, that's not what happened. All right. There is no supreme being that gives a shit. No, we were just severely disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Um, yeah, I think it's because we like hyped it up so much in our heads. Like, yeah, if you just live disappointed with low expectations all the time, then you're never disappointed. So it's basically like if you're like Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm, then everything's fine. But if you get all these like over overhyped, unrealistic expectations, then that's when the gigantic disappointments can occur. Yeah, I really love elephants too, but I know that they can like dismember you and trample you to death and stuff like that. If you get it, especially if you get in between a mama elephant and her baby, then you're really gonna die for sure. But I love seeing at the Houston Zoo. I love seeing like the giraffes, and I love seeing the orangutans, and then I love seeing the. Uh, I love seeing the elephants because they really did need those, like for creatures that big, that biblical. For gigantic creatures, they need almost like Jurassic Park level. I mean that's like exactly the kind of stuff I saw like in Jurassic Park was those massive to enclose the elephants. They had those massive fences with the metal, uh, with the strong titanium, the metal alloys, and the like the like just like the Jurassic Park fences to restrain massive creatures. And so I thought it was cool because it was like a pack of the um, elephants, and they had a little baby elephant, and it was kind of a hot day, and they were like playing in the water and using their trunks and splashing the water around, and kind of like they looked happy like walking around and stuff. Like the elephant family that I saw looked really happy, like they were just having a blast. Yeah, I guess the primates look so miserable. I think is because uh yeah, because the primates know they're in a cage because they're really smart, and yeah, so they don't. The monkeys and the gorillas and stuff, they don't really. I guess the orangutans had decent freedom, but I think the chimpanzees and stuff were really miserable because they were like in these really tight, enclosed spaces. So I think the monkey enclosures, for the most part, except for the orangutans, the primate enclosures seem the cruelest because the animals looked more miserable and like they wanted that they needed a bigger habitat. Is the thing. Okay. Hey, Tira, you look beautiful, baby. I know, Tira. What? I love you, I'm sorry. Yeah. You're my sweet Angelie. Love, baby. To lady. Hey, girl. Oh, you're so precious. Love food. No, if I had like a juice company, I would call it orangutangy, and then have a orangutan on the front, like drinking the orange juice. And the slogan of the orangutan would be OJ, oh yay. You're a nice baby, too. Too lady. I love you. Well, I'm gonna go get some milk. Give me some milk. Give me some milk. The Aviator, Leonardo DiCaprio. Need the milk. I need the milk. I like when he portrays Howard Hughes suffering from germophobia, descending into madness. You okay too? Oh. Okay, baby. There you go, baby. Yeah. Okay, there you go, honey bear. Okay, honey bear. Gotta get some water and milk. I'll be back to the Legend of Zelda, Nightendo, Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, they had this one like really hot Korean streamer, and her name is Jenny. She's kind of like stuck up and obnoxious, but she's really pretty, and she's kind of fun, you know. But so she went to Bangkok, Thailand, in her stream. But since it was nighttime, it was 10 a.m. in Bangkok, Thailand. So she was streaming in the morning, even though it's night, you know, in this hemisphere. And so I saw a sign that they had a KFC, but it was like built like a temple, like a shrine, like a castle or something. It was. I mean, I don't think that they have a castle of KFC. Or I mean, who knows? Maybe they just in their architecture they build buildings like shrines, like religious, you know. But I guess is that where a lot of Buddhists are? Because Thailand probably has Buddhism, right? Yeah, there it is. Thailand is predominantly a Buddhist country. There you go. You're right. With roughly 92 to 95% of the population practicing Theravada Buddhism, which is heavily influences daily life, culture, and social norms. Yeah, that's why they have shrines everywhere, huh? That's why, like, if you're an American tourist and you go to Bangkok, Thailand, you go to Thailand, and there's a McDonald's and it's like built like a shrine, you're probably going to be thinking, "What the fuck?" But that's just their religion over there. I'll be back, baby. Now, I filled up my water for the night, so then I'm gonna go get some milk. Dun, dun. Give me the milk. Give me the milk. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh. All right, let's get back to the action. Oh, he's trying to bomb me and everything, huh? Well then. Shit. You've sunken my battleship. Actually, that actor William Sadler, yeah, he was kind of depressing to follow on like social media because he's a real serious guy. Believe it or not, the guy who played Death is a serious guy. So he had a wife and he loved her very much, and she died, and yeah, I heard that. Oh, it said at Coachella that Madonna joined Sabrina Carpenter. It's just Sabrina Carpenter can sing, and she's got some songs that sound like 1980s pop, like Madonna and Michael Jackson, and kind of like actually House Tour sounds a lot like S.A.W. Like it sounds a lot like 1980s pop, like S.A.W. by Phil Collins and Genesis. It sounds a lot like it, which is probably why a lot of millennials like it, because it sounds retro, like retro wave or vaporwave or something. But really, a lot of the male audience that likes Sabrina Carpenter is just like me, that just want to bang the crap out of her, basically. And that's what it is. It's just sex appeal. So. So she's not really that talented, not really that original, but just enough to sell some albums, and to fill some concerts for now. When she gets older, I don't know if she'll. But yeah, Madonna showing up to do a performance with Sabrina Carpenter was really kind of a meta thing, because basically Sabrina Carpenter was just, ripping off Phil Collins and Madonna and Janet Jackson and shit. So whoever's writing the songs for Sabrina Carpenter, assuming that she's probably not writing her songs, is trying to invoke that fun 1980s pop style. And it's working so far. for a while there, Madonna was acting real. She was dressing really crazily, like almost like a ghetto person. She was trying to wear dreadlocks, and she had really crazy. She had like grills on her teeth, and she's getting too old to show her butt cheeks and her body parts anymore, and so like yeah, I at the Coachella it looked like she was trying to look like normal, quote unquote, Madonna. Like she was trying to look like the oh, maybe she was trying to do like a matchup, like since they were doing like a meta joke between Sabrina Carpenter and Madonna. Maybe the way that they were styling that was to kind of show that she was like the senior blonde, and then Sabrina was like the young and fertile, sexy, energetic young blonde. And so maybe that's the only reason why Madonna was trying to look normal, is because it was part of the skit. It was part of the show that she tries to mirror like a younger Sabrina Carpenter when she's like 65 or whatever she is now. Yeah, so she was trying to do like parallels, and yeah, it's kind of bizarre because we live in a time where the music isn't so great, and a lot of it just steals or mimics the past, or if it is new, it sucks. Um, and then the production values, what they can do technologically, is amazing. So that's a big disconnect, because I think people would rather have it where the production values and the technology matched up to the talent of the people. I think that's what people would rather have. And right now, that's not very congruent or balanced. No, but it was funny. Like the Sabrina Carpenter, like her, like the production values of everything was amazing. Like the sets and the technology and the CGI and everything. It was like awesome. And the 1950s cars, and I even love that. Like Sam Elliott is the old perverted cop, and he pulls over Sabrina Carpenter, and it's like really creepy. So where are you going? Hey, that was so good. Him playing like a creepy old cop that's pulling over a young lady in the middle of the night. It's like a scary scenario. Boo boo. Oh, Madonna is still trying to show her legs and stuff. Oh my God, she's still trying to show her boobs. I gotta catch up with my boy, just in case he's bringing. Give me the milk. Give me the milk. Need the milk. Unless he has the milk. Oh, he's going to Lookout Landing, so he's definitely. This is definitely a merchant, Dom. Yo, you get. Give me the milk. Give me the milk. It's Parga, huh? Hopefully she has a good Barga. Huh? Stop looking at me like that. I might seem like I'm alone, but my best friend is right here. See, my bestie's got 4 legs and a pretty mane. Hee hee. Now, how about sampling some of the Nightendo Village's finest? Oh, good. She's got the milk. That's good. Okay. Give me the milk. How much for hot conolingus? Okay. Yeah, women, especially after Me Too movement, they give strange signals. It's like women do weird shit. Like they'll say, "Hey, come over to my house and fix my stove," and then they'll say like, "Oh, we're not gonna have sex because you helped me, right?" And it's like, is that I think that's the woman's like signals like she wants to have sex. She said something like that. It's like reverse psychology. Like, if you fix my computer, we're not having sex, right? And it's like, give men like weird signals. And some women might just like they might try to mess with some guy, and they might just like have fun, like come over your house, some super hot chick and be in her panties and dance around and then leave or something. It's like shit like that. That's how some women get their kicks. But I mean, for a man in this kind of like crazy environment, it's better, if you want to do sexual activity, to ask permission, consent, to make everything legally clear. So, and legally and morally clear. before sexual activity is engaged. Well, I need some more milk. They should have that like Zelda milk. It should be called like Lon Lon Ranch milk. They should make the milk like the milk jugs like these gigantic like containers. Fresh from Lon Lon Ranch. Yeah, that's dope. Everybody's skinny in Hyrule, pretty much, huh? Like, where are the fat people? There's no fat people, huh? When you're struggling against Ganon, it's hard to feed. It's hard to become fat. Got your boy Anson sleeping. Oh, okay, he's having a dream. Mm. What is our particular location? Ah, by Mount Gustave, eh? The Passery Greenbelt Cave. Ah, that's a nice portal to hell. I love it. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, that is correct. The bats only come out at night. Freaks come out at night. It's too early. Freaks come out at night. Come out all night. Freaks come out at night. Come out all night. The good guys are part of the Viva la Resistance. Viva la Resistance! Got your boy Dion, like Celine, but spelled differently. Chemo. Well, there was something disturbing online today in the news, in the comment section. No, it's not about geopolitics or wars or whatever, suicides or murders or yeah, it wasn't any of that. I mean, you could say that that could bring it down maybe, but I'll tell you what kind of upset me in the comment section was somebody said they hated the Nintendo Wii, and I was like, what? I didn't know there was so much hate for the Nintendo Wii. I thought that was like a beloved console. Can't be hating on the Wii. Hey, the Wii has Mario Kart. Um, Super Mario Galaxy was pretty good. Yo, and Super Mario Galaxy 2. All right, that Indiana Jones game sucked balls. Yeah, but remember they had Nintendo Wii Sports Resort though. That was fun as shit. That was funner than shit. Sports Resort. That was so fun to play with people and play with the motion sensor. They had it in bars. They had it everywhere. It was fun. That was fun as a motherfucker. Don't tell me you didn't like the Nintendo Wii. Then Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword. Come on, y'all. Don't be hating on Nintendo Wii. 'Cause I'm gonna get upset. Got your boy Kosi. My boys. Atmos. Bolaria. Yeah. Nice childbearing hips. Nice abs. Don't forget about your boy Graylands. No, I don't know who the fuck these people are. I'm just joking. And of course, you need the sweeper, Jaren, the janitor woman. And of course, your god boy, Monte. I had to and your boy Nappin, who always sleeps. He helps the team out by getting rest for everyone. Dion just looks at people cook because he's a weirdo. Sure, I didn't come into the homeless shelter. The fuck. Yeah, if I did win the lottery, listen up, Dion. If I won the lottery, we're buying every fucking Nintendo Wii game. Every single accessory on the Nintendo Wii, we're gonna get it. And then we're gonna get an Oculus Rift by Meta Facebook platforms, and then we're going to and an Apple Vision Pro, and then we're gonna go inside the metaverse. And we're gonna try to get laid over 18, of course. All right, everybody got the plan of the future? Get rich and buy, and go inside the metaverse. Just kidding. Ha ha. You're gonna go to the metaverse. Ooh, juicy. I have a lightsaber shield, a light shield. But they have these in like Avengers, the Avengers in Wakanda when they're fighting the forces of Thanos and the it's called the Dark Order or something like that. Oh. Is it called the Obsidian Order? The Black Order? It is called the Obsidian Order. People probably thinking, oh man, this is the Legend of Zelda game. So where the fuck is Link at? Oh yeah, there we go. Now I'm more Linkish, but I'm in my royal Hyrulean god attire. Ah yes. Hmm. Got the earrings looking gay, looking gayed up. Yeah. And the gay ponytail too. Yeah. Now that's a night. Woo. I'm in my dress uniform, baby. Ow. Got this cool like Mr. Rogers Neighborhood music kicking. I love it. I love this like Sesame Street ass music. No, it's actually a pretty good score. Yeah, it's real nice. With those horns, it's kind of a little bit beat. It's kind of a tad bit Beatle-esque to do that. Having that horn section in there. Dun, dun. Oh, what time is it anyway? Okay, it's not nighttime yet. I got the nightlife. I like the boogie. Ah, I love the nightlife. So, like back in the days, like the old music industry, somebody could be old and have a hit. So they could be like over 40 and have this massive hit. And but now, not as much, not so much, because now with streaming and not just television, but the internet, people want to see their artists all the time. And so I think what I love about that song, I love the nightlife, I like the boogie, is not just like I like that song, but it's like in the days where a woman could be like over the hill, and be like 50 or something, and come out with a hit song, and maybe she made a music video for it, but like I think they made such a big deal about Susan Boyle is because like not a lot of like not so attractive over the like older ladies are successful in the music industry. So it was kind of like the music industry saying like, oh hey, look, there's an older woman that's not like that doesn't look like Kate Perry and like super hot, with nice tits and nice ass and like 22 years old, dressed up like a candy cane. So the music industry unfortunately became more visual, where people were addicted to the youth and to the visuals of the performer rather than the music itself. Like the music itself became secondary to um, the image, to the look of the artist. Ugh. Going to the cave to find the bats. Oh no! But there's a blood moon. Ah shit! Can I? Oh, there they are. Let's see if we can do it. Yeah, we have enough time. Boing. Get my eye bones. My bones. My bones. Get my bones. My bones. My bones. Balls. Is it fun to say balls? Yeah. Just saying balls is hoot. Obviously. Balls. It really lets out a lot of stress. Talking about nut sacks and ball sacks and stuff. There it is. Um, see, look, the stress is gone. The the stress of postmodern life is. No, there's no escape. You can't get away. I will leave you as you left me at the center of a dead planet, buried alive, buried alive. I will leave you as you left me, as you left her. Yeah, that was a good movie. Yeah, I mean, you know, since it was Ricardo Montalban acting, it was great doing the campy deliveries and stuff. So yeah, it's the 40th anniversary of Michael Mann's uh, first attempt at um, a Thomas Harris novel called Manhunter. The first incarnation of the novel Red Dragon, which later became its own. They redid Red Dragon with Sir Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter. Yeah. So Thomas Harris was like the first guy to do like serial killer thrillers. One of the first novelists to do that. A lot of people read a lot of fiction because they think that if they read a lot of books, like old school reading books, that their cognitive abilities will stay intact and they'll live longer. And so that's the idea. So a lot of older men are reading a lot of books because they think it's going to keep them sharp and on top of things. And number two, they think it's going to stave off cognitive dementia and Alzheimer's and other neurological problems, disorders. Are they correct? I don't think it's necessarily a bad strategy, but to just read a lot, I don't think it's. I think sometimes when people read too many books, I think maybe it becomes like a tad bit obsessive. But everybody has their things. Yeah, Manhunter's kind of weird
because most people are used to the 1990 or I'm sorry 1991 Sir Anthony, the campy portrayal of Hannibal Lecter. Uh, so Brian Cox's version of Dr. Hannibal Lecter is kind of cold and detached. Yeah, I've only read one novel of. I read Hannibal, so I've only. I haven't read Red Dragon or Silence of the Lambs, but I've seen those movies so many times that I kind of feel like I know the material well enough. Yeah, Dexter is really just kind of a gimmick. What if a serial killer killed serial killers? Yeah, I don't think it's very often that um, I mean it's not unusual for directors and studios and writers and screenplay writers to adapt novels into films. What is unusual about Manhunter versus Red Dragon and Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal is that it's strange that a novel is done twice and the first time wasn't successful. So that's the strange part. So Manhunter became like an alternative 1980s version of the Thomas Harris novel. And so it's got like all the 1980s noir aspects to it. So it's like this dark novel that has it's this movie that is about this really dark subject, but it's in the sunny kind of happy-go-lucky uh, optimism of the 1980s. So it's kind of a strange parallel between the night and day because the the contrasts are so different. Because on one hand you have Will Graham, FBI agent Will Graham, who he has a son and he really loves his wife, and then at night he is going to all these serial killer crime scenes trying to, and every time he goes into like this empty house where these families are killed by the tooth fairy, the serial killer, it's like it's such a dark contrast to his family life and everything. So and it kind of makes the viewer feel uneasy watching this movie, but not really from Hannibal Lecter. In fact, Hannibal Lecter really isn't even uh, crunchy fried rice. Yeah. Yeah, Hannibal Lecter is supposed to cause trauma to Will Graham because Will Graham is the one who put Dr. Lecter behind bars. Uh, Dr. Dr. Lecter was a cannibal, Hannibal the cannibal, and he was eating people. Um, he was killing them and eating them. So, what the what Manhunter does is like a stylistic version of the novel, a very interesting version. Um, but it doesn't, I don't think it does a very good job about, I don't think it does a very good job at all at connecting Dr. Hannibal Lecter and FBI agent Will Graham. And I think Red Dragon does that a whole lot better. Yeah. They talk a lot more in Red Dragon. And I don't know if that's more like the book or if it's less like the book. So in Red Dragon, they actually show the backstory of what happens between Hannibal Lecter. And that's something that's more important, when in Manhunter, it's more about catching the Tooth Fairy is the primary thing, and saving more families from getting executed by the Tooth Fairy. All right. Ooh, the Uncanny Valley. I like this scene right here. There's so many beautiful scenes in this game. It's like kind of cartoonish, but it's kind of like photorealistic in other ways. So, is this my boy? No, it's not my boy. All right. It's not my boy. Oh, and there's a nice dragon sighting. Oh, there's 2 dragons in the sky, huh? Dang, that's a lot of dragons. Whole lot of dragons going on. All right. Call Frodo dragons. Hobo fagins. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Oh, shit. Welcome to Shitley's Donuts. May I take your order? Oh. Poo poo. Poo poo. Is it time to watch John Wick 4? Can we handle putting in John Wick 4? Let me guess. John Wick 4, he kicks a lot of people's ass and does a lot of gun fu. And then he has to protect his dog. And they might have some hot chicks in it, looking sexy maybe. Maybe have a few sexy assassins, maybe some pretty girls with some nice boobies, nice ass. And oh, and they usually have like a girl that's like super sexy and super cute, and then she's an assassin, but she usually has her head shaved. They always have some short. They always have some like cute ass like short hair girl in it for some reason. Which is the more cute girls the better. They just need to get one of the cute girls naked sometimes and just, have one of the cute girls like shake their butt. Just every once in a while, not like the whole thing, but Yeah. Well, since you're such a valuable person to me, I'm going to give you something called gigantic bombs to help you. Guess what? Started running. Just started running all the way around. Pow, pow, power wheels. Go right through the field. Pow, pow, power wheels. Pow, pow, power makes it go. Yeah, I'm really surprised that Willie Nelson keeps on going after all that smoking the herb. Yeah, I feel like when somebody like Sir Paul McCartney, when they or Willie Nelson or some kind of music legend like that, when they start making like when they start telling their story, I kind of I kind of feel like that's their way of saying, "Hey, I'm probably gonna die soon." Like, I mean, Sir Paul McCartney might live a while longer, but that's kind of their way to say goodbye is by doing their making their album like a memoir, or they make a movie of like a memoir. So they start exploring like where they come from, like the new movie from Willie Nelson is about how he became Willie Nelson and how he gave up drinking hard liquor because his house went on fire and he got his guitar trigger and then he smoked, got all his weed, and then Sir Paul McCartney is uh, his latest album is called the Boys of Dungeon Lane or something, and it's all this like retrospective about him growing up in Liverpool and stuff. So you can tell like the old legendary music artists, they're starting to get reflective about their past because they know that there's not much road left ahead. Maybe when you're in your 40s and your 50s or your 60s, you can kind of entertain yourself that you have a little bit more time. And then I guess probably at a certain age, maybe it's 70, maybe it's 80, maybe people they realize, oh, there's not that much time at all to do anything. So it's almost about to be over. The curtain. The curtain's about to close. So yeah, that's why. So I guess the artists who are old that do the memoirs, or um, they make their albums into autobiographies. I think they're kind of like not just wanting to share with people where they came from and how they um, who they are or who they were, but I think it's also a way for them to kind of say goodbye, to leave a last will and testament. So that's also a way they can. I mean, that's what I think it is. It's like saying goodbye. So I'm not saying that Willie Nelson or Sir Paul McCartney are going to pass away, God forbid tomorrow, but they know what's coming, you know. So they know what the end game is, and so they're preparing. We got crunchy fried rice. Oh yeah, rice gravy. Ooh, well, I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can feel John Wick 4 tonight. I might put it on just like go to sleep and curl up with Bella and Tula. God bless and best of success. Peace.